Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
What you say to me, all I know is that I've got to be free from the things you do. It will all come back to you. Break stride, I'm sailing, sailing me. Free falling, just my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Good evening, gamers and other folks like. Damn it, I'm voice cracked. I'm 27 and my voice cracked. Fuck. You know what? I'll just kill myself. No, just kidding. Don't do that. Okay, you know what? The reason... This is like the 200th episode. I don't mean to like subtract it from anything else, but like... Jokes aside from like... You know... Kill yourself jokes or suicide jokes... I'm a big proponent on mental health and that sort of stuff. I am not the source to go to it, for God's sakes. I don't know why I'm starting off the bat doing this, but hey, I might as well just say it anyways. But like, there's a reason why when we go to the card thing, I have phone a friend. There's a reason for that. I've talked about it in the past, but suicide is an illness, or depression and, suicide is an illness. I mean, suicide, itself is the last thing, the basically cause of, I don't know how to exactly, but the like mental whatever strain is an illness. There are ways to help better yourself and to aid that. I am not specific person. There are resources out there that you can help you. September is Suicide Awareness Month. It is not September right now, but know that. Now, if I ever joke about it, it's not because I'm, making light of it, because it is a serious thing, but I don't know why I'm starting off this strong. And oh my God, why am I starting off this strong on the 200th episode doing something like that? But again, if you are feeling down and bad, down in the dumps and stuff like that, talk to someone, look for resources to help better yourself. It is hard to admit that you are sick, that you have an illness, but that is the hardest part and the first step to get you better. Now let's actually get into the funness of the episode. I don't know why I started off that dark. I can't believe I had a voice crack like that. I think, though, it's probably because of the Red Bull that I had. Some weird sip I had out of this. I don't really know. I felt like a tickle in my throat. But, yeah, this is the 200th episode of Midnight Ramen, the Livecast. If you want to watch this happen live, you can go to twitch.tv/MeltTheOriginal. If you don't know this by now, oops, but you probably don't. If you're watching this now, congratulations, first of all. That anyone watching this or listening to this, or even if you're just starting at this point, that is a big thing to celebrate. Then and now. So yeah, thank you. I've not missed a single fucking week of this. A single fucking week. Although, you can be a little bit technical with like, oh, I had to film one, ahead of time, quote unquote. Or like change dates. But altogether, never missed a week. Never missed a week. An episode has always gone up on my YouTube. Same thing. Meltzer Original. Every single Thursday or kind of Friday. Really depends on how, especially in those early days, really depends on how and when I decided to actually upload them. But, that is to say, whatever. Yeah. Like all the episodes are on YouTube. Go on Twitch to watch it happen live, unedited, etc., etc. Watch the after show. But once it's gone off of Twitch of the 2 weeks that it's up on there, it is gone. But again, the episodes are all on YouTube, and starting from episode 100, you can watch them on Spotify or listen to them on Spotify, but also on Spotify. And I don't really know how to word this correctly, but the reason that I would say go to Spotify is because on Spotify, I have my old radio show, which is the origin of, the precursor, the prequel to this, if you will, of the show, when I was doing this in college as a radio show, as per the title. And it's a 5-year retrospective of each episode, so 5 years to the date of each episode. And I finished that earlier this year. Weird to say that I graduated from college 5 years ago, but yeah. And the reason also too to go to Spotify, because if you look in the link in the description of each episode, it has the playlist of each song, or close enough to the music that I was playing on the episodes, which is pretty damn cool. You gotta admit. Yeah. So let's actually, with all the, precursor stuff out of the way, you know what? Actually, I'll probably add this in tier 2. Thank you to Gradients for the use of their song Used to It off the album The Call. If you want to listen to Gradient stuff, you can go onto their social media, Gradients Band, on YouTube, Facebook, basically anything that you can think of. I don't know, Twitter. I don't know if they have a Twitter. I know they probably have a Pinterest and some other stuff. Just all over social media. You can find them at Gradients Band. Their upcoming shows in Minneapolis, they have on August 28th, they have at their Hook and Ladder at Hook and Ladders and Arcade. That's in Minneapolis. And then God dang it, because I'm looking at one that's like showing their dates. On September 5th, they are playing at the Aquarium. On 9/11, they're playing at the Art House Center in Minneapolis. And then on the 12th, the very next day, they're playing at Ojata sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. OJATA, Ojata Records in Grand Forks, North Dakota. And then on the 17th? On the September 17th, they are playing 7th Street Entry in Minneapolis. That's a pretty big show. That's going to be, honestly, probably their biggest show. They're not headlining, they're opening for another band, but that's fucking huge. Even if it is for a small, 7th Street Entry is basically, it's not First Avenue, but it's literally the little brother of First Avenue. So that's incredible for them to be playing there. So yeah, I'm proud of my boys. So yeah, this is episode 200. I am kind of, it's not really the fact that this is really successful. I didn't really start this out to be for that. The whole reason that I started even doing this as a thing, I feel like is more to do with just memory. This essentially is a diary. I am not a good writer. I'll admit, writing an email, even in my current position, I suck. I suck. One of my coworkers was like, oh, we had to write an email for something, and one of my other coworkers that was doing their version or whatever was like, oh, I suck at writing, and had like a whole Word document, like a whole page document, done and ready to go in like 20 minutes when I had like a separate thing that was like kind of more like I got to be careful with my words and like, you know, uh, that took like it was like kind of shorter and it took way longer. Yeah, it was like I am not the fastest writer. And then I had one earlier that day that took me like over an hour. So it's like, am I a proponent for AI writing? I'm not a fan of AI. I feel it can be used as a tool to help, but like especially like for email something like that, I could see a little bit of lenience, but like no, I don't intend to use it. I don't know. Like the fact that it can try to mimic like your writing and tone, I don't trust that. I don't know. And plus, like especially within my industry, there's like in the audiovisual world, even in like just like a certain location, there's a lot of lingo that just does not translate very well. So like if I say power drops, which is like a common thing that I put in emails, I just do PDs because power drop, PD. Or what's another one? Uplights. I do up like when you go to a show, or it kind of depends on what, or if like you have some drape or whatever, the lights that shine up on it, there's like kind of like a standing light. It doesn't really move typically. I mean, you can't get ones that do move, but the ones that point up are up lights that are like based on the ground. Those are up lights. And I do it as one word, not two, because you can do two, but like it just feels smoother as one. You know what I mean? Like I just don't trust that. I don't. And even like when I used to do this, when I was like just like looking back and thinking about the doing this show and like doing content on YouTube and stuff like that. Okay, there was actually, now that I think about it, there was like maybe 2 instances that I did use AI for like, not for thumbnails. Actually, one I think I did kind of a little bit for thumbnail, but it was like a background because like I wanted to get like it was like a beach one. That was I think the only time I really did. And like I couldn't find one that was like the kind of vibe I was looking for. I was looking for like a hut house and like it's like I can't make it happen. It looked very bad, and honestly, I kind of hate it in the video. I really do. It was one of the Mountain Dew reviews. I think it was like I don't remember. It was so long ago, and I don't know if it was like in the period that I was making like a video a week. It might have been, but I don't remember. But speaking of that whole year that I did a video in a week, the whole premise about that, the whole idea that it came about that was kind of like, it's around the same time that like one YouTuber that I watched, like Joel Haver, he like was announcing that he was going to make 12 movies in a year, and he kind of did. Technically did more, but it was like a little bit extended because he was like, there were some projects that took way longer than he wanted. But like that watching the announcement video of what he was doing with it was like made me think, you know, I should try to do this like weekly thing for a year and see how that works. And I only did one video a week, and honestly, it was fun. There were some weeks where it was like it was insanely hard to think of something and make something work. And other weeks, it was like super duper easy, got it done, clicked it out, boom. Some of them I saw great success, and other ones, man, I put way too much effort to see nothing. Like, I think the best one is steamed hams, but Skinner. but Chalmers is a mute, but like he doesn't speak, but it's okay because Skinner is a telepath. He can read minds. And I have to look the video back because I can't remember if his mom actually says anything in the video. So he's just like saying the like responding even though the other characters don't say anything. But like there's a 20-second bit where nobody, like a 10-second segment in the beginning of the video where nobody's speaking, and it got caught, like the copyright things like went off. It's like, god damn it. And of course, like if I tried to like do anything to it, it would be like, oh no, you can't do anything about it, it's already done. It's like, it's literally silence. I didn't use audio there because there is no audio. And I wanted to keep it straight as to what the thing was, and it's the most viewed video that I have, and I still to this day get like stupid fucking comments. And I'm sorry that I'm being like weird and mean about it, but it's just like I get just stupid fucking comments on it, just like, oh, this is blah, 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 blah. It's like, I made the video a long time ago. I don't need a stupid comment telling me like, oh, this is the video idea is exactly this. It's like, oh, an alternate title. It's like, read the title, dumbass. It's supposed to be long and convoluted. That's the whole point of the bit of like a steamed hams meme. It's long, convoluted, and then at the end of the day, it's stupid. That was the whole point. And honestly, it didn't take me, like compared to some of the videos that I made, didn't not take me that long to make. And there were some good series that came out of it too. I feel like if I were to start a new channel, which honestly, if I were to, I think I know what I would do. Like I totally screwed up my algorithm on like if I were to even get famous on my main channel, Melted Original, absolutely fucked. There's no chance. Like, is it possible still? Like razor thin, but hey, it's still possible. You never know. But I think what I would do is I'd make a second channel. I'm not going to give like the full details. And make a second channel, be more specific, and dedicate it to one subject, or like gaming or something like that. Like say gaming, or if I probably like Magic the Gathering. That's probably what I would do. And dedicate it specifically for that. And then maybe bring some traffic over to the main channel, and then do like maybe a different channel. But you know, it's not great, and especially now that it's going to get harder to make that work and more viable. Yikes. And like I'm not even in it for like, call me Saitama, but I'm not in it for like fame or anything. No, I'm in it for the love of the game. Like I'm just here to be in it. Like I could tell you right now that, I mean, if I'm looking at the Twitch thing and that actually is correct, 3 viewers, like I'm not in, like I'm doing, like even when I was doing the radio show, I was not expecting anyone to fucking listen. Like, because I was doing graveyard shift. This is literally happening at midnight. When I record these, I do these at midnight on the dot. Like, start the stream at like 11:54 or 11:53 depending. Intro starts at 11:59. Start at midnight. Every single episode. Basically without fail. And man, it's been a fun ride. Yeah. I'm wearing blue. I feel like I'm wearing a Bills jersey, man. Which is to say, like, although I'm in Vikings territory, I think all Vikings fans know that we're just like skeptic. I would say that, like, if they do anything, hell yeah, bandwagon on that, but like, all eyes are on the Bills. I'm gonna be honest. If it's a plan, we need to fucking make this happen. Like, goddamn it, give the Bills a goddamn Super Bowl. For fuck's sake. Fuck the Chiefs. Fuck the Eagles, man. Fuck uh the 49ers. Fuck the Rams. Like, dog. The Bills need this thing really bad. I don't know. But yeah. This I'm just trying to like going into these episodes, like I'm trying to think of what I want to do in the episodes. I'm always spitballing. Like some episodes I kind of know what I want to do, but this one I honestly had a thought like 30 minutes before this. It's like, oh, why don't I watch react to the first episode and see like, oh, how things are. It's like, that's just kind of stupid. And plus I would have to like edit it to make it so it's like it would fit in the timeline and I'm not like talking over myself and it's very weird and reactive. Then I have to like jump through it and like not worth it. Not worth it. And by then I'd already react to it. You know? And I didn't have enough time to really edit it. That'd have been weird. I'm not doing like a Ouroboros sort of thing where I'm gonna like react to this at the very beginning and keep going onward. That just seems stupid. That'd be very dumb. It'd be hilarious, but it'd be very dumb. But I mean, why not? Why not just tell the story again? So why don't we start from the top one more time? So, Midnight Ramen. The origin of Midnight Ramen. I'm gonna try to keep this as kind of clean and short as I can. The origin of Midnight Ramen itself started as a ritual that I had in my sophomore year of college when I was living in the dorms. Like I didn't have to get up to like 8:30 in the morning. 9 o'clock was like my first class on some days, and basically to get there I had a 3-minute walk. Like super duper easy. I could just like basically roll out of bed and just waltz to class, still be early, pretty good. It was so cool. Rest in peace, Blard Boys. I don't even know if that building is even around anymore. Ballard Hall. It's gone. But like I don't even know if anything is in its place. I have to really look at it, but I don't know. At MSUM. Go Dragons. Hell yeah. But I did a ritual called Midnight Ramen, which is literally at midnight I would eat ramen and just like post about it. I also was part of the radio station, but for the first 2 years I had nothing to do with the radio station. I didn't do anything with it. I was just at the meetings, like the once a semester meeting. I had nothing to do with it at all. But then, still sophomore year, I was doing a project for a friend, doing this like whatever thing, and I became friends with one of the people that was also part of one of the actors in this like film students project, who was one of the studio managers. Or became one of the studio managers at the station. And I, out of the blue, one night after doing this, after doing Midnight Ramen for however long, I'm like, why don't I do a radio show, Midnight Ramen, at midnight, based on that? And even she was like, whoa, you gotta do that. And I'm like, well, I can't really do it because it's like the middle of like the second semester. So like, there's no point in starting a show. So when we got back for the fall semester, my junior year. Did I say fall? It was like the fall. So yeah, the fall semester of my junior year. I actually started the show, and I did like a practice one, and then I did the actual show. I didn't record the first real one. But the second one, that is the first one that you see if you go to Spotify and listen to Midnight Ramen, the radio show, a 5-year retrospective, blah, 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 blah. That is the first quote-unquote episode. And even then, I already had bits, I already had things that I was doing. I'm even kind of, I'm very glad with how that project turned out, and I'm very glad that literally only one whole episode, is out of the whole bunch, is only one of them I don't have, and that's because I had someone on. But even then, and if you listen to the episode Davis, with Davis on it, and honestly, that's probably one of the best episodes. I don't want to say it is the best episode, but that's a very good episode if you want to listen to it. But we had a conversation and just talked about like thinking about that episode, because like we talked a lot about it, and a lot about EDM and stuff like that. And it's a very good episode. I recommend go listen to like, if you don't listen to any other one, listen to that one. It's very nice. It's like a 30 minute or so conversation. It's really cool. But I did that whole show through the remaining 2 years that I had in college. It was fun. I had lots of fun doing it. I grew a lot, not only as like an on-air personality, but like my speaking ability, my music, I don't know, I don't want to say choices, but like my range of music and stuff that I listen to just like expanded exponentially. And like, I heard a lot of crap, but I also heard a lot of good stuff. And I think even though in the playlist, like, you can definitely hear my favoritism and stuff like that, like, certain things that are come up time and time and time again. It's like Star Maker by Honey Harper, which is one of my favorite albums that I've reviewed. But like, throughout the whole entire show of the radio show, it was just so fun to do. I've played a variety of different music. I played a lot of explicit stuff that, probably shouldn't have been played, but that was by accident. But it was fun. It was very, very fun. But then once I was done, I obviously didn't do anything, and I just kind of sat on it for a while. But then when I moved back down to the cities with my parents, economy's rough. I decided, well, I want to start this back up, but I needed the right time and place to do it. So then I decided, again in October of like 4 years ago now? 4 years ago now? I decided to start doing it again. Yeah, 4 years ago now. I started doing it again. A couple months it'll be 4. Right. Yes. A couple months it'll be 4. And yeah. Like a little over a month to, not really 2, a little under 2. I don't know exactly when. I'd have to look at the first episode. But it's been a journey. And the show's been a Scorpio the entire time. I'm not a Scorpio. But it's been one hell of a journey. One hell of a journey. And I still plan to do this as long as I can and try to keep it up. And I probably need to get more storage space and things to like hold all the episodes, make sure that I categorize and, like keep them. So for like the future, if, I pass it down to the main goal is not really for views or clicks or anything. If I that's really just a benefit, like an added bonus. But like, if I can tell like my kids or even myself, if I get like say dementia, which is, possible, I want to be able to recall these things, to say to future generations or even to myself, like, here's who I was during this period of time. Here's what was happening, and et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, that's what this whole show is about. But now it's time for a bit. And I made this huge bit. I spent probably way too much money doing this bit. Way too much fucking money. If we calculate, technically, if we average it out to 3 packs of magic card, let's average like 2. Let's say 2. Let's just say 3. 3 magic packs every episode. Times 200. That's 600 packs of Magic the Gathering. and we're saying like $5 each, $15 per episode, which is absurd. Which, like, that's not actually the price that I would have paid for it. Whatever. And other episodes I didn't really have anything or this or that, or I had something else to show, which I have other stuff to show. But if you average that out, that is way too much money. But yeah, we're gonna go into zip pack openings. Where's the fucking card? Okay, there it is. I gotta hit the right button. And also, speaking of things that things I shouted, like things that that I haven't made or created, like I like to thank my homeboy Kyle for making this like border. If you're watching the video of this, like the melted lurker thing, the card thing, that was made by my friend Kyle. He streams too at Crown Me a River at twitch.tv. He doesn't really do it a whole lot, but he's a homeboy. He's one of the homies. So not only do we have 3 packs of Marvel, we have 3 packs of Hobbit. Because hey, it's the 200th episode. I might as well just go big or go home. And plus, like, the overlap. I have a lot of packs. I have a good enough backlog now that I can get to the next set without really having to care. Like, I still have another 3 packs of like Marvel. So 201 is like my last packs of Marvel. That's insane to think about. I think I only got one of it because like it's a fun set, but like, man, there's a lot of like cards. Hobbit 2, I think I'm only gonna do 1. There's a lot of good cards, and there's a lot of good cards in Marvel the Hobbit set, and like there's a good new meta, like kind of I think probably going to occur, but like, man, I don't really know. We got Agent Maria Hill, Hawkeye Young Avenger, Atuma, Anti-Warlord. Oh, we got Hidden Layer. We got one of the Vinlands? I don't really know. Oh, MODOK! That's crazy. Mythic, too. What the fuck? He's 3 in a black for a legendary artifact villain, or creature villain. He's a 2/2 with flying and lifelink. And he's got mental organism. Oh yeah, because MODOK. Pay 3 life. MODOK connives. Activate only during your turn. That's actually pretty good. Designed only for killing creatures your opponent control. Get -1/-1. That's actually pretty nice. So it's like a static effect and flying lifelink and that's actually pretty nice. I do like this. That's a fun card. It's not like the best card ever, but like that's fun. I love it. And then Kree Commandos is the foil. And then a land. Pack 2. Oh, we got an alt art. We got Grim Reaper, Speed, Young Avenger, Patriot, Shield Wielder, can't speak, Villainous Hideout. That actually looks pretty sick. The art looks pretty cool. Oh, we got Secret Invasion is the alt art. That's a rare. It's a 1 and a blue for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature you control. When this aura enters, exile up to 1 target creature other than enchanted creature until this aura leaves the battlefield. Enchanted creature becomes a copy of the creature that was exiled until this leaves the field. And then this enchanted creature has War 2. That's pretty cool for an altar. I do kind of like this. It is just a rare, but still, that's pretty nice. And then we got a foil Panther Pounce, Subterranean Cavern for land. Now pack 3 of 3 for the Marvel. Let me move some of these. We got Echo. I heard that show was supposed to be very good, but it just kind of fell to the wayside. We got War Machine. Weird that he's not black. It is weird that he isn't black. Or a color identity isn't black. It is kind of weird. I'm going to be honest. Baron Strucker. Hydra Overlord. Wondrous Wasp. We got... Wondrous Wasp is a rare. Oh shit, my bad. 1 in the blue for legendary creature human hero with flash flying and wasp sting. Whenever Wondrous Wasp enter, tap up to 1 target creature. It loses all abilities as long as Wondrous Wasp remains on the battlefield. That's actually pretty. It's not the most impressive, but that's actually pretty interesting. And she's a 2/1. And then the other one is Avengers Under Siege. It is a saga, enchantment saga. It is 2 in Rakdos. First chapter is create 2/1 villain creature tokens with menace. Chapter 2 is this saga deals 2 damage to each non-villain creature each opponent controls, and each opponent. And then 3, create a treasure token for each villain you control. So it's good for villain tribal. We got the Baxter building as a foil and a foil island. Nice. Now let's go to the Hobbit. The Hobbit once said in a song, "Oh, misty eye of the mountain below, keep careful watch on my brother's souls. And should the sky be filled with fire and smoke, keep watching over Durlin's sons. And brother, you are my son." Well, metaphorically speaking. That is actually a classic thing for me. What the fuck? Got 2 golems to start out. What the hell? That's probably one of my favorite moments of like streaming on Twitch is we were playing it was like me and I think it was Outsider FM Cam. We were playing Sea of Thieves and we were sinking our boat to end the stream or to end the game by like lighting it on fire and then watching it sink. And then we're like doing that. And then I did that whole monologue. And honestly, just basically off the dome. That was hilarious. One of my favorite moments of streaming with the boys. Let me get to the uncommons because there's a lot of cards. We got a Dwarven Matic. And sorry if I mess up the names because I have not read the Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Missy Mountains Rider, or watch the movies. Gollum the Abandoned. And we got Elven Passage. Oh, this is the rare. Pay 1 life, sacrifice this land, search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. You may behold an elf. If you do, untap that land. I don't know. Basic land card? This seems kind of stupid. Like, I see the use case, but like, and we got a foil old thrash. Like, I see the use case, but it's kind of stupid and niche. Like, I think it's supposed to be a commander card, but like, I just don't see it. Pack 2, we got Desolation Prowler, Lake Town Toymaker, Burn, Tree and Fern. And we got the Getaway Barrel. Oh, that is crazy. That's hilarious. It's a pretty fun card. It is 3 in a red for an artifact. When this artifact is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, reveal the top 13 cards of your library. Put a random creature from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So if you can recur this time and time again, insane. Actually insane. Oh, we got another rare. We got the Grey Goblin. What about the Mind Goblin? It's 1 in Rakdos and Rakdos, or 1 in hybrid Rakdos. For a legendary Goblin Noble, 3/2. Whenever you cast 1 or more creatures, whenever you put 1 or more counters on a Goblin, Orc, or army you control, the Great Goblin deals 2 damage to target opponent. Whenever a Goblin, Orc, or army you control dies, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card until the end of your next turn. That's pretty fun. Oh, we got a foil rare. Krill the Resourceful. Oh, actually, this is pretty good. It is 1 in a white. He's a legendary dwarf scout with storied. Basically, if you have 3 more artifacts and or sagas or whatever artifacts, Sagas, you have Enduring Story for the rest of the game. And as long as you have Enduring Story, you may pay 0 rather than pay the equip cost of the first equip ability you activate each turn. And whenever another dwarf or equipment you control enters, you may draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Very cool card. I actually really like it. Look at a forest. And that was like one of the... It's like Boros dwarves. Like there was like a $50 Boros dwarf deck that like won a standard tournament just recently, and I think it might be a good meta to play with. Although, I don't know. We'll see. Ravenhill Flock, Galleon, Elven King's Butler. Again, if I fucked up the name, sorry. Night Howl Pursuer, and an Uninspected Party. 2 and a white enchantment, and it also has an adventure where it's at the door for an X, 2 and a white for sorcery adventure. Create X 2/2 red dwarf creature tokens, and the enchantment itself is: as this enchantment enters, choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +2/+2. That's pretty great. We got Confiscate and I'm not even like, I read that and like I'm just gonna not, my brain go boink. Brady go boink boink. Anyways, hold on. I gotta readjust my microphone, please. Yeah. And I'll also say the going back to like the radio stuff. The original intent for the Magic segment was to be like, oh, if like I ever got like sponsored or they're like onto a network or anything like that, which like I could, I'm just lazy of it, is to basically replace that segment with the ads. But like, I'm not at this point. I'd have to, honestly, I'd have to just do a new I'd have to clean slate it. Or like state like, hey, I'm changing it up from this point on. I'm already this far deep in. I don't know what to tell you. But going back to more of like the origin of it's like the radio stuff. The one friend that I was talking about earlier that really helped me start this as like a radio show, she is the one that made the channel art that I still to this day use. And I use it for like for online presence and stuff like that. I still use it to this day. I have the picture, the little she like painted with watercolors and stuff like that. I still have it somewhere. I can't remember exactly offhand, but I cherish that little thing because it was like in the studio for like DJ of the month. I think the months that I had was actually, well, I don't remember the second one. I think the second one was like the first time it was March of 2020, and I think we know what happened in March of 2020. COVID. So like it kind of didn't mean anything. But then I don't remember when. I think it was probably April. Maybe it was probably April of 2021, or it could have been sooner. I don't remember. I think it might have been April, which is like the peak of where the show really, whatever, because like that's kind of more towards the end of the school year and et cetera, et cetera. And like I was doing banger after banger episodes. Is when I got like another DJ of the month thing. And I feel honored to have been served there and been a damn good DJ there. Like I'm not, I don't want to toot my own horn, but like I fucking did my good I did a goddamn good show, and I did it basically solo. I mean, also because of COVID times, it was kind of hard to really do a show with more than one person without having to like, check out to make sure that people were good. Like I had my girlfriend on like my girlfriend at the time, Becky, on a couple times, but like and then Davis, that one episode that I mentioned earlier. But other than that, no one else came on just because like I I literally couldn't have anyone in the studio without having to do COVID tests or some bullshit. It was insane. Uh, Even though we had to like wear masks and stuff like that, the 6 feet of separation, we didn't really get that in the booth. Although there was like a Studio B, which like was mainly for storage or anything, and no one really used it. I think, yeah, no one really went in there. Like I probably went there like I can count on like, um, what's an amputee's stumps, a double hand amputee's stumps. The number of times I've been in that room, and it was twice, or just barely, maybe 3 times, maybe. But yeah, no, I did not go in that room because it was just like, mm. I'd have to double check and see which. I did take some like CDs home. CDs nuts. Like when I was done with the station, I think they had like like a bucket of things that like of CDs that they don't play anymore, or just they kind of want to get away. And like whenever there was like a not like a convention, but like whenever it was like a student thing that they were like, oh, promoting the like groups or whatever on campus, we'd always have like a shit ton of CDs. So like if you want a free CD, you could literally just take one, or like you can take a whole fistful. You can take as many as you want. You could basically take the whole box if you wanted to, but like I don't know why you would. But it was pretty fun, and obviously we had to stick to like playing top 40s or like top record or CDs within our list, and it's kind of jaded me a little bit because when I'm listening to like the morning radio or stuff like that, because like when I go to work, I've kind of gotten to the point where I like listening to the morning radio not because of the music, because like the thing about the top 40 stuff like that, because it's like American Top 40 and the modern stuff, it's just the same thing over and over again. I swear to God. I swear to God, it's the same fistful of artists, and nothing against them, but it's just like it's the same few things, and it's like every hour you can, like, I was driving home from work the other day, and I was almost like I was like 80% there of like solving the the DJ's riddle and predicting exactly what he was going to play. And it was like I picked up on the pattern almost immediately, because after 3 songs I already figured it out. Because they played Olivia Dean's Be the Man That I Need, and then it was Eminem's Lose Yourself, and then get this, Olivia Dean's So Easy. Like, you go from a modern black woman song, modern black woman, and then you go to I'm like not top 40, I'm calling them throwbacks. Then you go to throwback white boy, and then black modern woman, and then they went back to like, what was it? I'd have to remember what it was. It was I'm blanking on it right now. Oh wait, no. It was Olivia Dean, and when it was. There was actually one in between that then, because after the second, wait, no, it was Olivia Dean, and then after that, they switched it up. They played Somber. I don't remember. It's like My Body's Not Ready. I hate that twink. I don't mean that in a mean way, but like, dude is literally a twig. Like, I don't want to fat shame or anything. Like, I've dealt with like body stuff, like I really don't have to anymore. God, I honestly, compared to when I started doing this, bigger, like actually bigger guns, like legit. I've definitely gained more weight. But that's like, I can lose that weight pretty damn fast too, because like a lot of it's water. A lot of it's water. But like that dude literally needs to eat something, because holy shit, a stiff breeze can make him go flying. And also, he's basically a Minecraft. He's basically a Minecrafter. Like, put a picture of Dream and him next to each other, I could not tell you the difference. And if you know, you know. You know why I would kind of say that. Or what's another one that's actually kind of in that vein? I don't want to actually do that, but I'm getting on a different tangent. Going back to the radio thing, it was like, so again, Olivia Dean, One Black Woman, Eminem, Lose Yourself, throwback white guy, Olivia Dean again, and then somber modern white guy, throwback to Rihanna. Please, I think it was Please Don't Stop the Music. I can't remember. It was a Rihanna song. It's a classic one. But then after that, what was it? It wasn't Olivia. I thought it was actually, who was it? It was, oh man, I'm blanking on it. It was a modern white woman. And then switched it up though. God damn it. Who was the first one? I don't remember who it was. It might have been Ella Langley with Choosing Texas. But then after that, changing it up, because I knew it was going to be two moderns in a row. Modern white woman, Zara Larson's Midnight Suns, which, again, another artist where I'm like, something in my back of my mind just, something's off, especially with her. I don't know how to explain it. She may be a completely cool person, chill like that, but like something in the back of my mind is screaming something's wrong with her. Like, not like if shit hits the fan, you do not want to be associated. Like, I cannot explain, or just a hunch. I don't know how to explain it. And I also don't want to like explain my process and reasoning on here, because it's a little weird. That's for the after show, which is why you should watch our after show. But like, I digress. But then after that, and I knew it was going to be a throwback, I was like, oh, the DJ may do three moderns in a row, but I knew it was going to be a black guy, and it was Usher of one of the two Usher songs that's like obvious. Not. Oh, it was the one that's like Revenge. Usher. DJ Got Us Falling in Love. It's that one. So like, and it wasn't even like any, like, it's nothing to have to do with any race or sex or anything. Like, the fact that I can determine based on three categories on what it was and predict what was going to be played next is scary. I should not be able to do that. Even with like my experience with the as a radio DJ myself, like, I should not be able to do that. I know, like, when you're in a radio station, you have to be playing like top 40 stuff, you know, unless if you're like a specialty channel or whatever, you got to be playing top 40 things, like a certain amount per hour per thing, or else you don't get revenue from the record companies. Like, that is a thing. Or record labels and stuff like that. That is a thing. That was still a thing at the college. We had to do that. Unless if you had a specialty show, which you had to get that checked off. I had like one or two of those. I actually had a whole show itself that was a specialty show. But like, I had a couple episodes in that Ramen where I had to do it. Had to submit a form to be like, hey, I'm playing this. Even though technically I didn't really have to. It's favoritism to an artist or whatever. It's stuff like that you can't really do. But, you know, it's weird that sometimes like some of the, you know, DJs, like, You go like 10 minutes, like a song in between, and you can hear the exact same artist again. Like almost exact same song too. It's kind of it's kind of bullshit if you ask me. Like I like some of the songs that are playing on the radio today, but like other ones are just like, man, can we stop playing this song? And I feel like right now there is more stuff, but like some of the ones that like they're playing, like there's like say for Olivia Dean, for example, like she has more than 2 songs. I know she has more than 2 songs. So why are we only getting Man I Need and So Easy? Like, and it's just so like, ugh. After you heard it like the 100th time, it's just like, ugh. And not to say that she's a bad artist, because like she's got good stuff. I can see it. I hear it. It's not bad. It just sounds so like, after the however many times. I will say about modern music though that the women are a lot better than the males. Oh, so much better. So much better. Like again, like some of the artists like Olivia Rodrigo, Olivia Dean, fucking Sabrina Carpenter, Chappell Roan, Ray, like Where's My Husband? Like I don't really like that song, but I can see it. Elle Langley, like modern, like people that are on the charts, like there's a reason why they're so high up. You know, like Taylor Swift, even though I whatever. Like she's big. I mean, she's big for a reason. She's put out a lot of good stuff. To those that like it, I personally don't, because she's got good stuff. But like some of it's just so pretentious at this point. Like, let's be completely honest. A lot of it is pretentious. Like, we get it. Like, make good music. Make different stories that are just not about you. Please. That, like, you don't have to, I have to read into this. It is about my life. It's like, dude, no. No one wants to fucking know. Like, I don't want to do a colonoscopy for your album, please. Just to know what's going on in your life. And you want to keep it secret, but you're, like, doing this. It's like, ugh, it's weird. Like, and that isn't to say that she's a good artist. She's a good performer. But, like, recent stuff is just like, what is this shit? You know? Also misinterpreting Shakespeare to the degree that she's doing, like, get sent back to high school, please. Read it again. But, like, males, what, you got Alex Warren? What's it, like, Alex Warren? Like, Post Malone's out there. Like, I know he's making rap stuff again, which is fucking awesome. Hell yeah. Morgan Wallen, the problematic motherfucker that he is. They're like playing on the top 40. I really can't. No, somber. Like 4, and even then, like half of them are like, I'd rather turn off the radio than listen to them. Like, nah. Like, and like for the women's one, a lot of them are great. Well, let's be honest. Like, I wasn't really a fan of, like, say, Olivia Rodrigo initially, but like, goddamn, the stuff that she puts out, fucking great. Honestly, it's good stuff. Like, what? I've never had an autofocus issue like that in a long time. Damn. You know, there were so many errors to this show, though. Bringing it back to the actual show itself, I kind of went on more of a tangent about, like radio stuff there, but music. But just like bringing it back to the show, I'm gonna make this one actually a little bit longer. Cause I love doing this show, and like the errors and stuff that I've had to this, like the initial start of the show, I don't even know how. Did I just do a regular webcam? I don't remember. I think the cam that I used for the car thing, I think was initially what I was using, and then I switched over to this camera that I have now. Looks great. I'm trying to think of what else. I changed it. If you look now, I changed the set a little bit, just a little bit. I had this shelf. It's not even fully built. This is very precarious. I intend to actually put like magic decks or stuff up on this or whatever. But like I've had this for a long time. It was like a Target, thing that didn't really get sold. So like they pawned it off to like second retailer or whatever thing. I got it for like $10. Like it's cheap, but also it's like, hey, it's pretty good. But like I need to get the right pieces to fit because it has like little pegs that are supposed to fit in like the holes and stuff like that. And like I did the ones on the outer side, they fit, but oh man, is it raggedy. Oh man. Like, it is living on a prayer a little bit. But it's stable. But yeah, soon I'll probably have this like actually look good. But for now, like I like that I put some good baubles and stuff like that and pictures up on the shelf. I like that. I really do. The bacon banners all still gonna fly as high as it can. The sign is still where it's at. It's literally been on top of a record player for the longest time. Still gonna to like really get a way to play audio out of it. It's still gonna be that way. Maybe one day this might move. The sign at least will move, or the image, the picture of the boys. I'll find a better way to have this, I think. But I haven't got to that point yet. But to be consistent as I have been for these past almost 4 years of doing this, it's crazy. I've deleted a lot of the old files of this. Not like the actual like condensed one, but like the raw footage of it that are like for the minimal editing are all gone. Except for like now, I don't know how far back. Probably a couple months, but delete all those. I still have all the edited episodes and all of that as a backup to the ones that I have online or on like YouTube and stuff. So it's pretty great. Oh my gosh. I'm not tired though yet. But yeah, this has been a fun experience to do. I can't wait to continue doing this. And who knows if anything else comes out of this. I can't wait to see if anything does. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, whatever. I'm just in it for the love of the game. So yeah, if you want to watch this happen live, go to twitch.tv/MeltAlertOriginal, where not only you can watch this happen live, you can interact in the chat, change how the show goes. Watch this unedited, and you can watch the after show. It's just kind of this, but once the VOD of this leaves and after 2 weeks, it is gone, gizzity gone. And yeah. But on YouTube and Spotify, you can listen or watch to every single one of these episodes. On Spotify, you can start from episode 100, but on YouTube, every single episode. Same channel. Meltalurg Original. On Spotify, you can also listen to the radio Midnight Ramen, the radio show. As I've been talking before, but like every single episode, the 5-year retrospective of that and the playlist of the music is in the link of description of each episode. It's pretty nice. I suggest go listen to that, especially the one that I did with Davis, which is like EDM music, something like that. But that one is probably like, if you want to start one, that is a very good episode to do too. or just even start from the beginning, which is probably better. But thank you to Gradings for the use of their song "Used to It" off the album The Call. As I said earlier, they have upcoming shows for basically the next month. Couple in Minneapolis, couple in I think one is at the Aquarium in Fargo, and then one in Grand Forks. Literally, the one in Grand Forks is literally after Minneapolis show on the 12th, or the Minneapolis show's on the 9/11, and then the one in Grand Forks is on the 12th. But then on the 17th, they are playing or opening at 7th Avenue or 7th Street. Wait, hold on. Is it 7th? Yeah, 7th Street Entry in Minneapolis. So that's going to be crazy. Probably their biggest show yet, which hell yeah. Actually, I don't even know. It might even not. We'll see. But like, basically the little brother, the First Ave. So that's actually crazy for them. And it's good to see the guys. And I'll talk about it. And more reason to listen to more episodes. The next episode, I might talk about them or how I really got to know them. Which I more than think that I actually have done it in the past. But like, I cannot remember. I've done 200 episodes. I've done 200 of these. Which also, now that I'm thinking about it, I am thinking about, and this is a little side tangent to end it off. A couple of like a fistful of episodes back, I was thinking about trying to do this as like, interviewing with other people, which I still plan on thinking of doing at some point. And it's not going to be as frequent, but like, I'm trying to develop it and make sure that I can actually make it work and like talk with people and interview. It's like kind of like, because like this, I can have people on, but it's like very like, hey, you need to be here, ready to go. We need to do this and that. It's just like, it's really hard to get it to happen and work correctly. And I'm still trying to be a host, and then I'm also got to cut them off. And then I've got to like, oh, what do you want to talk about? Oh, I don't really know. But like, this would be more of like a kind of talking points, conversation going back and forth. Although this would have been a conversation if I had someone on per se, but like more of like, here's a question, we talk back and forth from that. Kind of like an interview. But it doesn't have to be an interview. It could just be like just talking about what's going on. But just more kind of like, it would also be more edited, I would say, and this and that. But yeah, I haven't really had time to really think of really conceptualize or really get into anything to do that. But like, I still plan to think of doing that. Even like floating the name of it, I don't really have anything. Like Midday Ramen, it's just kind of like the first choice, but like, I don't know. Or like Anytime Ramen. I don't know. It's got to be ramen themed. I guess. I don't really know. But yeah. I already did them. Already did that. Okay. I'm already at the end. Why not? Thank you guys for listening, watching, doing what you're doing and all this stuff. But as I look at the time, it is not midnight here anymore. But until it becomes midnight here once again, I will see you later. But until then, bye-bye.
Yeah, well, just when I needed you, I see from a different view. Oh, baby, now don't be scared, but don't get used to it. Yeah, when I told her I can't let go, when I told her I can't say no. Oh, baby, well, I was scared, but now I'm used to it. I was scared, but now I'm used to it.